So Respawn Entertainment might just really be focused on Apex Legends, which seems to be their more recent cash cow, with its pretty decent performance at the Game Awards and just overall general success, even though it's dropped off from its initial launch. But I, and many others, still hold a fond place in our hearts for Respawn's first original IP, the game universe in which Apex Legends is set, Titanfall. Specifically Titanfall 2, which I have labeled and featured a few times here on the channel as the best game that you've never played and one of the most customer-friendly, active monetization platforms and monetization strategies for a first-person shooter that I've ever seen enacted. Titanfall 2 is enjoying a bit of a boon right now, with the game going free on PlayStation as part of the PS Plus free games. If you play Xbox, it's equivalent to the Games with Gold, where you get a couple free titles every month, and as long as you keep your subscription active, you get to keep those games. Player numbers for Titanfall 2 on PlayStation have jumped from in the hundreds to well over 20,000 this past weekend, and just have maintained at a pretty sizable rate. And people are finally starting to see that Titanfall 2 is the best game that they never played. I've been getting a lot of comments on that old video stating that it's free now and I just played it, and yes, this game is awesome and it was totally worth my time and I totally missed it. Now all that could really make this pay off is if Microsoft and Xbox would do the same and put Titanfall 2 on Games with Gold for Xbox, and if somehow we can get crossplay between PS4, Xbox, and PC. Now, we already know that Respawn is very much focused on Apex Legends. That is their time, their attention, and their cash cow. That is where they want to be. And it's already been said that Apex Legends has pretty much precluded the chance of a potential Titanfall 3, at least in the near future, as the focus right now is on monetizing that game and developing additional content for the Battle Royale title. With all of that said, though, and just seeing the resurgence of Titanfall 2, but also the resurgence of Halo Reach and the Master Chief Collection, the redemption story that has come along with that title, it's entering a new age where older games can get some love and attention and revitalize their community, their player base, and their viability as a long-term revenue generation tool for game publishers, but also just keeping these games alive. I jumped into Titanfall 2 on PC this past weekend and played a couple games, and win or lose in Titanfall 2, I'm always having fun. In other first-person shooters, whenever I start to lose, I end up getting frustrated and falling into that same place that I do with other titles, but with Titanfall 2, I don't care what the score is. I am jumping around, bouncing like a maniac, grappling, hooking people, snapping their necks, and then jumping into my giant murder death robot to do it again, but at a larger scale. The game just is made with love, and it definitely shows. And I've seen people say, well, if it was this good, why wasn't it a smash success? And I still, to this day, blame that on EA banking on Battlefield 1 instead of Titanfall 2. They released the two games within 3 weeks of each other and set Battlefield 1 with a much higher marketing budget, one that was unjustly and inappropriately allocated, in my opinion. Of the two games, TF2 has far more staying power and was generally better received overall. Battlefield 1 was fun for a little while, but Titanfall 2 is the only game I have installed via Origin and the only thing keeping me from uninstalling that launcher altogether to be able to free up some disk space. This is the game I jump into whenever I'm feeling something different. When I don't want to be playing Halo Reach or Destiny 2, I jump into Titanfall 2 and my third shooter, my core shooter, the one that I play just for fun. So this is just a quick little notification and notice and shout out to Respawn and to Sony for giving this game a little bit more attention and a little bit more love. With over 100,000 people at its peak playing Titanfall 2 so far in December, you have a couple more weeks as everybody gets home for Christmas, potentially boots up their PS4, jumps on something for free, or people who are about to get a new PS4 to be able to play this game for the first time. If you're on PlayStation, make sure you go play Titanfall 2 right now while the player count is really high and get a good semblance of the game, and you can do it for free. And if you're not on PS4, or if you missed this video in December, Titanfall 2 normally costs about $5. They upped it to $20 when Apex Legends launched because Apex Legends did drive a lot of people to go play Titanfall to see more of this world, which is smart, Ubisoft. I see what you did there. But still, the game is regularly discounted to an absurd rate. And if you already have Origin for Apex Legends and you played some of the other titles available, you should pick this up. You should play Titanfall 2. So that's pretty much it for me. I want to hear what you think about Titanfall 2. Have you played it since its inception? Are you just jumping into it now? Or are you holding off? And if so, why? Why are you passing up on this game, this franchise, and this just stellar entry into the genre? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. But until next time, you know what to do. Like it if you like it, dislike it if you hated it. Subscribe for some more videos here on the channel. Go out there, be good to each other, and I will see you around.